Alright guys, back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Or Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigation, whatever the game is. Anyway, last time, we finished the first ever case for this game, which is pretty awesome with how the tutorial started. Looking at this, we're going to be doing the next case. Looks like a familiar face silhouette. And we're going to do Turnabout Airlines. Let's do this, shall we? And I realized from my settings, I'm gonna have to like change up my BGM settings because when I listened to episode 2, it was pretty loud for you guys. The murder occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yadagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. 2 days ago? 2 days earlier from the first case? Huh? What's this? The fuck? Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air, to be precise. Thank you for flying Go You Airlines! We are currently experiencing some very slight turbulence, baby. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Ugh. Ugh. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. We know how earthquakes go. What's this? Travel wallet? As if it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Ugh, my head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. Ugh, from earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. I hope Edgeworth is fine. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Oh, what the fuck? What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your... Ah! He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! What? No! You have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Oh no, this is how we all... It's like how Phoenix Wright starts off his second case. Everyone, I am very sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Unfortunately, we just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Please don't treat us like we're stupid. I just got a clip it was a murder. What murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course to make its scheduled landing. We are currently still in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated.
But someone was killed, right? I mean, what? The killer let me off?
Please, there is no need to feel threatened. Why is it? I just noticed Edgeworth. He's being tied up right now. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remains calm.
What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm?
My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I'm not the killer.
Huh! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy.
Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply just found a body. So you say, however. I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor, professional flight attendant.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, you're intimidating me, huh? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up.
What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about?
We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation.
Your situation? I'm concerned with mine in the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it?
Yes.
I was wondering if you might give me a chance.
A chance to do what?
A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask you what you mean by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give proper defense? Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous?
You have a point. Very well then. I listen to what you have to say. But be very wary about what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick.
Of course, as you wish.
Good. Very well then. Let's just get started.
I know for a fact I didn't kill the man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred.
Alright, testimony time with Miss Tenero. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain that you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with a fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate and turn you over as soon as we land.
So that's it, huh? So that's her evidence?
I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Would you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it.
It's time to press the rebuttal. Let's do this.
Hold it! Tell me what exactly the pro and professional flight attendant for you.
Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. I'm very sure that you have already realized by now, right?
It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion.
And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable.
Hold it! You certainly seem full of yourself.
Hold up. I want to see something. Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. Do we have any clues? We have the travel wallet. The crime scene notes. Body is... That's how the person died. Back of the head. Money on the floor. Card. Whatever this thing is. Sky magazine. All times are correct. Shown directly correspond to our time zone. Meals, drink, movies. But this is going to be very important because of the, you know, the times. Okay. Victim was seen in first class like my side. I don't know his name. Rhoda Tenero, 24. Take care of first class.
Perhaps. You must admit there are a few who can look at a murder with a clear mind.
We attendants do all go through that extensive training and always calm and collected. We even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown.
I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency.
Until in the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of all professional flight attendants.
You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony?
Hold it!
Yes? What did you see in front of the elevator?
That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in the light coming from within.
Hold it!
Murder weapon.
A murder weapon dripping with blood. Really now?
I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. And thank goodness it was a passenger who saw her be a widespread panic by now.
As I recall, you were panicked yourself at the time.
Excuse me?
You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder.
Nonsense, professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and now listening to your defense with all with a smile.
Apparently, you also lie with a smile on your face.
Hold it!
I am not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me?
Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now.
And what exactly is my situation?
I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound in this way. We are within legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who's been arrested by the police.
So I am to stay restrained until I can clear up all of her doubts. At least I'm close. Her mistake shines like the silver lining on the dark rain cloud, and I'm going to have to capture some of that light with evidence.
I think it's pretty obvious what we're gonna present. That's not the murder weapon, it's the travel wallet, no?
Objection!
Miss Tenero.
What is with the yelling all of a sudden? Objection? What was that?
Force of habit. Also, let me lower the audio because it seems like it's too loud for people. Anyway. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero. You say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Oh yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chilling down my spine.
Oh, but your sorry so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you.
What, Nani? How dare you?
I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is?
How the fuck did I even show this to her? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky.
The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero.
What? Impossible.
Now then, do you still think I'm the killer, that I killed him with a travel wallet?
But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you look so kind to take a whiff, I think you agree it's only grape juice.
Then.
That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. And the murder weapon dripping off blood does not in fact exist.
No!
There. That should clear up the pesky accusation.
Wait just a second. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something.
Are you fucking serious right now?
I demand you show me what's inside. Please?
She's trembling. And tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside, even though you can tell from this appearance that it's light.
No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents from that wallet myself.
She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenero, if you'd be so kind to open the wallet, check its contents for me.
Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here.
Grape juice stains out the outer cover. True, it was why I drew up the juice, however, it didn't do it out of ill intentions. It seems that this passport is all that it's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Hold it. Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was just wondering whose passport it is exactly. Can I take a look?
Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is his passport. Hicks Ackby, Republic of Virginia. Okay.
It's just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property.
Uh-oh.
You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you?
How dare you?
You just said it yourself. You claimed to be the holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is.
Okay.
As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it very hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you?
The fuck? That it? So even though I don't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see.
You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye to not suspect you of foul play? I feel like stupidity is at play right now, but okay.
Here we go.
Yes, it's not...
Hold it!
Yep.
Shouldn't that be proof enough for that I did not murder the victim?
Not at all.
And why not?
Oh, because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was.
Hold it!
You think I stole it?
Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, but it wouldn't be so rude if it must be said. I feel like you're not using your head, ma'am. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now.
You know, I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage.
It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet.
Hold it!
Motive? I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I never met Mr. Hicks before, and our connection is only this one flight.
But that is more than enough of a reason.
How did you figure?
He was sitting in the first class, and I think the implication is quite clear.
Hold it!
You think I was after his money? Where the fuck did you get that cockamamie idea come from? What the fuck is that name?
True, you're also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you, about those deeply etched lines on your forehead.
They're not lines. They're perfectly normal, and they're part of my natural face.
I don't think I ever met someone with such a terrible countenance on a flight before. And that's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble.
She really is making a fool of herself. Pursuing this line of logic, I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Yes, it's not the murder weapon. Oh my god. This is so annoying already. Motive was very simple. Oh my god. If I was out to steal his money, then why is all the money lying on the floor there? I'm presenting this.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero.
What is it now?
Miss Tenero, I wonder if you not noticed a contradiction within your own testimony.
What are you talking about?
It is simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have showed you that. What about the scene would prove that the motive for this money was not the money?
This thing here?
Take that!
If I might direct your attention to the things strewn over the floor.
Ah,
That's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like that money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money.
but the wallet.
Objection!
Yes, the wallet. You will also recall the only thing that was in Mr. Hicks's passport. If you are really insisting that it was just a crime based on greed, then you're claiming it was all for an empty travel wallet.
Please forgive me!
Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant is wrong?
So that guy isn't the killer?
Huh, don't believe everyone, it's a trick! Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero,
Yes?
you lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator. It's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for a murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you for releasing me. What the fuck? What is that person saying? What is it now?
Whatever symbols he's saying.
Miss Tenera, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged.
It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said he is giving the runabout! I don't require an interpreter. I speak English well, just well, see? You, the attendant! Yes, sir. I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport.
Ease the culprit. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for?
What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you.
Please, I would like to hear why you would like to be held under arrest until we land.
How dare you try to waste my time?
You are the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I want to spend at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure how you say it in English.
Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt. But I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I am Zinc LeBlanc II. I am very wealthy man in the Borginia. I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich seller. You know, I'm giving him Payne's voice of all things, so... Mr. LeBlanc, what did you just mean just now? Pardon? When you said Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout... I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have the second to waste. Time is money, as they say. And yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down the lounge. It was exactly 6 o'clock.
So you witnessed him go to the elevator.
And what's the significance of that time?
At 6, he says.
Oh, is it probably because of this thing right here? At 6 o'clock, flight itinerary goes from drinks to movie. Whatever.
Wait, you saw him at 6?
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Mr. Attendant, what time did you discover the body? It was a little after that patch of turbulence, I would say around 6:15. Hicks was his name, was it? Did I say the man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute times? Oh, no. And the only person at the lounge at the time was this prosecutor, yes?
Oh, yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching this movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice.
I was still eating. You still haven't finished, see? The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose? No complaint, I see. Not a single word against us, right?
I am no way discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so you say, but you do have... But do you have what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all?
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony?
Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little small machine the whole time.
Machine?
Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer.
I believe what Mr. Blanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone. A laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of a low budget.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Yeah, you fuck off, you white person. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to say that, but like... Nah, I mean, this guy just already gave me on my nerves, okay, so... Not a fraction of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw.
Miss Tenero.
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
What? You want me to examine the crime scene?
If you want to grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I could produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that, but fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say in English.
It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. If I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Heh! This should not be approved. Mr. LeBlanc, please, in an emergency, all decisions are made by the captain alone. Now please wait here until I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You're not planning to erase evidence while you're doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Heh, we will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Nani? That's fucking unbelievable!
I'm in your debt, Miss Tenero.
However, there's one condition. I'm to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case.
I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. Hope this reassurance is enough that there will be no more foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to press T to talk.
It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge.
Hurry up and investigate. Time should not be wasted. Precious human time is how you say, I believe.
It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for investigation. It's not as if I'm consistently prepared for such a thing to occur. This was Mr. Hicks's seat. I don't see the machine that Mr. LeBlanc was talking about.
Perhaps it was in the elevator?
Maybe, but we should probably head down to the crime scene now.
Don't get near me, you criminal! He just said, don't get near me, you criminal.
I am not the killer, and I tend to prove that starting now.
That's contrary to the facts. He says that's contrary to the facts. Yes, Captain Obvious.
I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. What's a lightsaber doing here?
You were brought into the in-flight to spill on your lounge. If something should have happened, if everyone would save your life.
I think this guy would have been better off not taking a plane to begin with.
Hey, miss, how about another glass?
Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder.
How about it? How about a glass together?
I'm sorry if I must decline.
I wasn't talking to you, I was asking a cute attendant. I'm very sorry, I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'll be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, Toots.
That's no way to talk to a lady.
Whatever. Oh, I forgot. Oh, whatever, it's fine. I guess we had no choice anyway, so. I want to thank you for help your back there, Miss Tenero. I was gonna try to talk to other people, but I guess I moved by accident. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted to know you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel like you're not making progress. And when we do, we ask you to please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you could think where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was counted for his at her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between the two classes and first class without a staff keycard. We found no record of a keycard being used at all, which means that I have to have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Time for some investigation. Now then, let's get started. Well, where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During my interval, the only person allowed was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business was to gather information to win your trust. First off, Captain's permission. Miss Tenera, I'd like to ask you about the investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass a message along to him, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you're still under suspicion. Be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel as my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Okay. What floor does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it does go all the way to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. I doubt anyone's expecting the dead body elevator on this flight. So Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's still over-trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could this be the cause of death? Appears to have been struck very hard. Blunt force trauma. Even his glasses are broken. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was in Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Uggo. It's just one of many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is limited edition, so it's so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? There's no... Oh, there is blood. Is that it? Just want to be very sure. Okay. Pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drinks has been split out at its feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Uggo Hughes, who's a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure you'd be thrilled if you knew so much about grape juice that he is here at his feet. Is that a hint of your worshipping I detect?
There's some spilled grape juice all over the front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt.
Aha!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I found some very important evidence. What is important evidence in the scene?
The footprints.
Take that!
What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree these are a set of footprints.
So you think...
Yes, these belong to our killer.
Then so maybe we should check out the suicides of everyone in first class.
I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it harder to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see.
What and who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go You Airlines, Mr. Uggo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other is him in his 80s.
Did the man age over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more.
Glass is candle during disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought I was in an earthquake for a second. And I frankly started searching for gas valves to shut it off. I guess the shaking of the plane wasn't bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it.
This toppled over chair, yet another victim to turbulence.
Ah no, look at all that grape juice staining on the back. It may not look like, but this chair was extremely valuable.
It was?
Yes, it was used when the rocket pals came to tour this plane. The rocket pals' leader had on this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these rocker pals?
I can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. The rocker pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the pals part as it became more popular, especially among teens.
Oh, that explains. I'm not really one for the music today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get.
This grand piano is the pride of this plane. You can play the music or whatever CD we insert into the CD drive.
That's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box.
Oh, but its keys is press along with its music as though there was really someone playing it.
Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds tell me nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds.
Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them?
I don't know, but it looks like rather one-sided conversation.
The clouds, huh? They tell me nothing. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack.
This month's special is an English trivia quiz.
That's not a bad idea. I heard that it was the youth of today, but I don't know article about from a participant.
Now, don't go confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Never heard of such a silly word as participle.
Case in point. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here, to be careful when pressing through the area.
Thank you very much for warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it will not clear up any suspicions I have about you.
I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name.
This door leads to the flight attendant's room, but please understand it's off-limits to unauthorized personnel.
This room's giving me off the scent of a woman's perfume. One would think that the perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door.
Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there.
This continues to be more concerning because I feel like we're missing something here.
There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hoping you won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. Looks like he was taken inside a building somewhere. Whatever this thing is.
Alright. So we got some stuff to think out. So it's this and blunt force trauma. We connect that together.
A statue with blood on line next to a body of a man who was beaten to death.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out.
Yes, what is it?
The way the blood on it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head.
Well, aren't we describing the master of the obvious title here?
What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think it's worth investigating?
Well, it would appear that this figurine is the murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I couldn't think of any other connection.
Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting.
Usually on display in the flight shop. Found the crime scene with blood. Huh, what are we missing now? There's something I feel is missing.
Oil was hanging off the lanyard. Something missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
There is some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So well, in fact, I'm not sure there's a way to take your money out. It says Go You Airlines. You know, I've seen it occur a lot recently and it's been bothering me greatly. But why do some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day?
Is there really nothing wrong with this evidence here? I think that's it, huh? Let me check my evidence again. I feel like... Let me see here. He has a Oh! His lanyard's a cell phone. Okay.
Eureka!
Eureka! Woo! Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found.
His machine?
His cell phone, Miss Tenero.
Oh, so I guess it's not here.
But I think we could safely deduce that the killer took it.
Can't really answer much, can we? We talked to you?
Notice anything? Did you notice anything?
I was wondering whose footprints are next to the elevator.
I'd say the killers, but wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they're a vital clue to solving this case.
Well, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find him together.
Word of advice, nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. I was wondering if you notice anything, Miss Tenero.
Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here.
Yes, it is rather tragic crime.
I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death? Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive him for someone who would do such a passenger of mine. I swear, as a professional flight attendant, I will capture the culprit with my own hands.
And I promise that as a prosecutor, I will solve the case with logic and deduction. I should go over the leads I collected so far one more time. Key to solving to this case lies in the intersection of logic and the evidence.
I think we're gonna have to, like... Let me save the game. I think we have to use some actual logic here. Where was the killer? I'm gonna connect these two together, hopefully. They do something. Oh, they do connect. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. If only I could prove that the killer rode the elevator with Hicks. In the elevator with Hicks and spilled grape juice connect together? Let's go! I have it! I'm sorry, I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I could prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of murder. What, really? Yes, it's rather very simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here to confess me to this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as the victim is dead would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Oh, but if you look closer at our victim's shoes, you could see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Yeah. And that completes the investigation.